Digital transformation initiatives or projects, they can be complex, and they are generally seen by the industry as very complex. And now I will try to show that actually they're not really complex, and there are some steps, some standard steps that can be taken from A, so starting from the starting point to the end, to consuming the result by some stakeholders. So we start with the data connectivity. So the first step is really to connect the data from some machinery, from some production process, and from some systems that are already existing in the ecosystem of the project. The connection must be bidirectional if there is control involved. So one is getting data or telemetry from the machine, from the process, and another one is sending some commands or some feedback to the machinery, to the process. The next step is, once the data is connected, is to bring context to this data. This can be done, for example, with the term known as digital twin. It's a really emerging area of development. And this basically, it means the data, all these sensors connected, they start making sense. They are related to some equipment. Equipment is relating to some bigger machine. And this context can be both physical, okay, to which machine they're exactly connected, and logical, depending on how the end user, the consumer, wants to see them. Then once this is done, the next step is actually the meat of the project, depending on what is to be achieved. Yeah, for example, if it's yield improvement, so there should be some intelligence or some rules or some alerts done, some, for example, dashboards configured for the users to consume it. This is almost the last step, and the very last step is to see how to establish the tracking. So the tracking, for example, the KPIs, whether the initiative is successful, whether the initiative is to be replicated, all this can be done at the very end. So that's basically it. So the projects, these initiatives, while they can look complex, they don't need to be perceived as such. So like any initiatives, if you want to approach it with the simplicity in mind, that the complex can be simplified.